Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon beside it to check out our latest videos before anyone else. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the review of Gionee A1 Plus. Gionee has already launched Gionee A1 few months ago and now they have launched A1 Plus. The biggest difference between both the phones will be the dual camera setup, bigger display and the additional weight. It is priced at 27,000 rupees and will be sold online and offline. It's available in two colors, Mocha Gold and the grey color. Currently I have the Mocha Gold variant. Just like the Gionee A1, we have a regular industrial metal design with a metal back, plastic strips at the top and bottom. It has curved sides with chamfered edges. It does help a little with the grip, but it's still slippery and hard to hold even for my big hands. Phone is very well designed. All the sides are extended beyond the screen, so if you drop it, most of the impact will be taken by the rim around the display. Even on the back, the dual camera lenses are protected by a small camera bump. On the whole, it has a thickness of 9.1 mm and weighs 226 grams. Yes, that's probably the heaviest phone I have seen this year. Now, on the left side of the phone, we have the SIM card tray that houses a micro SIM slot and a hybrid SIM slot. So you can insert two SIM cards or a SIM card and an SD card. On the right side, we have the volume and power buttons made of metal. They are well elevated and have a nice tactile feel to them. On the top, we have the audio jack. At the bottom, we have the micro USB charging port and two speaker grills. On the back, we have the dual camera setup with a single LED flash and an IR blaster. Yes, this phone has an IR blaster, and for some reason Gionee chose to put it in a very bad place. Every time I want to use the remote, I had to put the phone in this position. It's just different from other phones. Now on the top of the screen we have the selfie camera along with a dedicated torch and some sensors. Yes, it's a torch, not the regular flash. Below the display we have two capacitive buttons with a physical home button between them, which also acts as a fingerprint scanner. Fingerprint scanner is fast and accurate, but probably because of the smaller size, it's not perfect. For me, it failed 2 out of 5 times. I had to wonder many times if it will unlock the phone or not. We also have a gesture for fingerprint scanner called edge bar. We can swipe left or right on the fingerprint scanner to bring the edge bar. We can add app shortcuts or speed dial numbers. It's a nice feature, but I would have preferred a capacitive home button over the gestures. Anyway, it has all the basic sensors including gyroscope and compass. It even has an FM radio. Now that's not all. It is missing the LED notification light. That's probably the only thing missing on this phone. Now, unlike most of the phones, Gionee A1 Plus offers dual speakers for stereo sound experience. It has one speaker under the right grille and the earpiece also acts as a secondary speaker. Audio experience on these speakers is really good. It is in fact one of the best things about this phone. This phone has a huge 6-inch IPS display with Full HD resolution, 367 ppi, and it's protected by 2.5D Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Colors are great and it has good sunlight legibility. It's great for media consumption, especially for watching videos because of the stereo speakers. It also has glove mode that increases the sensitivity of the screen in case you want to use the phone wearing gloves. On the rear, it has a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera with f2.0 aperture and a 5 megapixel secondary camera, which is used to create bokeh effect in portrait mode shots. On the front, it has a 20 megapixel camera with a dedicated torch. Yes, it acts like a torch, not a flashlight. Camera interface is just like the Gionee A1 with an additional portrait mode. It uses the dual camera setup to create greater depth of field, just like the DSLR cameras. But the effect on this phone is not very consistent. Most of the time it works, and even when it does work, it loses some details at the edges. Other than the portrait mode, the secondary camera is of no use. It doesn't offer anything unique like a monochrome sensor for black and white images or a telephoto lens for lossless zooming like in OnePlus 5 or the iPhone 7 Plus. For the price, it's a little disappointing. In well-lit conditions, colors are more natural, dynamic range is pretty good, focusing speeds and capturing speeds are good. For the most part, I couldn't find any problems. It also does a pretty good job in low light conditions. Colors are a little warm with some digital noise, but that's to be expected. As it is a selfie-centric phone, selfies are really good. It has wide-angle lens, produces bright and colorful images with good exposure control. Even in the low light, selfies turned out to be good. This time, even the torch does a good job at making selfies brighter. Now coming to video recording, this phone can record video only up to 1080p using rear cameras and 720p using the front camera. There is no optical image stabilization, but it has electronic image stabilization while recording video using front and rear cameras. Just like the Gionee A1, we have a lot of modes including professional mode to manually control the camera. On the whole, cameras are pretty good. With some software updates, portrait mode can be improved. This phone sports a MediaTek Helios P25 processor. It's an octa-core processor with Cortex A53 cores. It has Mali T880 MP2 GPU. It comes with 4GB RAM and 64GB internal storage. Out of the box, you get around 2.3GB of free RAM and 50GB of free space for your user apps and user data. These are the benchmark scores. Its processor is also power efficient as it's built on the 16nm architecture. This phone has the raw performance and enough RAM to keep many apps in memory. But because of the poor software, memory management is horrible. Most of the time, it had more than 2GB of free RAM. What's the point of having 4GB of RAM if the phone doesn't use it? Because of this issue, phone feels much slower despite of having good hardware. Even the gaming experience is average. I was able to play all the high-end games with little to no lag, but the visuals were not good enough. With Asphalt Extreme, all the visuals were cartoonish. With that said, there is no heating issues. I have seen a maximum temperature of 44 degrees and anything below 45 is manageable. This phone is running a skinned version of Android called Amigo OS 4.0 based on Android 7.0 Nougat. It has a redesigned notification bar, notification toggles come from the bottom, and there is no app drawer. A typical Chinese phone trying to copy the iPhone in a very bad way. For the most part, UI is responsive and usable. It offers a lot of features like a floating bubble, smart gestures, long screenshot, extreme power saving mode, themes, and other customization options. On the whole, it works, but it feels poorly designed. Considering the track record of Gionee with its previous phones, this phone might get Android O update. That's definitely better than other brands like Samsung, Oppo, and Vivo. This phone comes with Waves Max Audio to improve the audio experience on speaker and headset. Though the dual speaker placement is a little odd, it's loud and clear. Even the audio experience on headset is better than the regular phones like Moto G5 Plus. This phone is powered by a 4550 mAh battery and it sports fast charging. It comes with an 18 watts fast charger and takes 90 minutes to get 80% of charge. On the whole, it takes less than 2 hours to completely charge the phone. Battery life is decent. On normal usage, I got around 7 hours of screen on time and it lasted me 1.5 days of usage. Gionee A1 Plus is definitely a successor to Gionee A1 in terms of bigger display, better processor, better cameras, and stereo sound. But it also inherits some of its bad traits like bad memory management, a poorly designed UI, and most importantly, it's damn heavy. If we ignore the price, it's a decent phone, but at a price tag of 27,000 rupees, it has a lot of cons. Like it's the heaviest phone, even though it has only a 4500 mAh battery. It has bad memory management, and it lacks performance when compared to phones sold online and offline. If you are specifically looking for a phone that has a huge screen, huge battery, good speakers with great cameras in the retail market, then this is a good choice. If you are just looking for a bigger phone with good selfie cameras and better performance, Oppo F3 Plus is a much better choice than this phone. If you are looking for phones online, we can get much better phones than this phone for half the price. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, complaints, compliments, or want me to make any specific video, shout out to me by commenting below this video and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.